Assalamu alaikum. On the news tonight, the President government to recruit more than 600 nurses, midwives for effective healthcare services. The President is counterfeit across Nigeria in celebrating 2026 Armed Forces Remembrance Day. Plus, cleric advised Muslim to take advantage of Ramadan season to multiply devotion. Welcome to NTA News. I am Abdul Hakim Ahmed Yao. Today being 26 Rajab 1447 after Hijrah, which is equivalent to 16 January 2026. Thank you for joining us. The President government has planned to recruit 650 nurses and midwives across the state for the improved healthcare service delivery. The head of service, Yakubu Sani Hydra, gave the hint shortly after the weekly Friday preaching in Gusau. Correspondent Adamu Umar Dinawa has more on the report.
Speaking at the weekly preaching, the head of service, Yakubu Sani Haidara, said the Zamfara state government had earlier increased the salaries of medical doctors for efficient services. According to him, the gesture is to bridge the existing salary gap between doctors working in the federal hospital or other places and those in the state level, and at the same time makes them satisfied to serve diligently. The head of service stated that a committee has also been set up to review the salaries of other health workers in the state. Sani Haidara added that the state government has concluded arrangements for the employment of additional 650 nurses and midwives across the state. He further said recruitment of engineers and computer scientists is underway by the state government for more employment opportunities to use in the state. In Gusau, Umar Adamu Dinawa, NTA News.
The President government has reaffirmed its commitment to the welfare of the Nigerian Army and the families of fallen heroes for improved security in the state. Commodore Dalawa stated this at the 2026 Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration, which took place at the Trade Fair Center in Gusau. Correspondent Mohammed Saidu tell us more.
The 2026 Armed Forces Remembrance Day was marked in Gusau, Zamfara State Capital in honor of officers and men of the Nigerian Armed Forces who paid the supreme price in the defense of the nation. Zamfara State Governor, represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Malam Abubakar Muhammad Nakwada, assured continuous support to the programs aimed at improving the welfare of serving personnel, families of the fallen heroes, and the veterans of the Nigerian Army. He maintained that the sacrifices of the fallen heroes will never be forgotten, as their bravery and patriotism have contributed immensely to peace and stability in the country.
We remain committed to working closely with the federal government, the armed forces, and other security stakeholders to strengthen security operations, improve logistics and welfare, and enhancing technologically driven intelligent strategies aimed at safeguarding lives and property.
The state governor also commended the gallant effort of the Nigerian Army and other security agencies for their role in addressing banditry and other security challenges confronting Zamfara State. He stressed that sustained collaboration between the government and the security agencies remain critical to restoring lasting peace. Zamfara State Chairperson of the Widows and Orphans of the Fallen Heroes Association, Hajia Maijidda, commended the state government for its support to the union and hope for more. The event featured prayers for the fallen heroes and called on citizens to continue supporting security agencies in the fight against banditry and criminal activities. Muhammad Dansaidu, NTA News.
The federal government of Nigeria has formally unveiled and signed the renegotiated 2025 agreement with the Academic Staff Union of Universities (ASU), marking a major milestone in an effort to reposition Nigeria's public university system and entrench lasting industrial harmony. This is contained in a statement issued by the Director of Press of Ministry, Barevo Polushadi. According to the statement, the unveiling ceremony held in Abuja brought together key stakeholders from government, level, the legislature, and the academic community, reaffirming national commitment to dialogue, stability, and sustainable development in higher education. The Minister of Education, Dr. Ma'aruf Tunji Alausa, described the agreement as a clear demonstration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Enough Hope agenda, noting that it provides a strong framework to prevent recurrent strike and ensure uninterrupted academic calendar. A major highlight is the 40% upward review of academic staff emolument effective January 1st, 2026, approved by the National Salaries, Incomes and Wages Commission. This is to be implemented through the Consolidated Academic Tools Allowance, covering research publication, conferences, internet access, professional membership, and books. The agreement also introduces professorial credit allowance of 1.8 million annually for professors and between 840,000 and 870,000 for readers, alongside restructured academic allowances tied strictly to duties performed. The Minister of Labour and Employment Legislators and the ASU leadership commended the amicable resolution and called for faithful implementation. Muslims had been enjoined to harness the blessings of Hamatan for increased worship. A renowned Islamic scholar in the state, Sheikh Mansour Ahmad Makaranta, made the call while speaking with NTA News on the bounties of increasing the act of worship during winter season. Correspondent Murtala Bala reports that every region in the world has its unique weather patterns. Some experience winter and summer, while here in Nigeria, we are blessed with the rainy season and the dry season. It is in line with this that NTA News examined bunches of agrarian worship during winter season. A renowned Islamic scholar in Gusau, Sheikh Mansour Ahmad Makaranta, shed more light on striving in worshiping during winter through fasting and praying to gain reward from Almighty Allah. Sheikh Mansour Makaranta emphasized that Muslims is expected to always look for opportunities and ways to increase good deeds, seek forgiveness from the Creator. Sheikh Mansour Makaranta, who quoted Quranic verses and prophetic authentic tradition to prove his point, says every believer is expected to value each and every moment of his life, observing his duties to the best of his ability. He therefore advised Muslims to take advantage of five before five, youth before age, health before sickness, wealth before poverty, free time before preoccupation, and life before death. This talk will come to the end of the news, but before we go, a look of the major highlights. We brought you that the Zamfara State government is planning to recruit 650 nurses and midwifery for effective healthcare service delivery across the state. Zamfara joined its counterpart nationwide in celebrating 2026 Armed Remembrance Day. That has been the news. Thank you for being there. Good night and Assalamu alaikum.